It's been 6 years since Anthony Joshua became a heavyweight champion in the heavyweight division. In a career that many people feel that it was filled with smoke and mirrors. This is a story of Anthony Joshua's continuous display of immaturity. Let's talk. According to an article published in Boxing Scene Christmas Day, Anthony Joshua has come out saying, "I'll fight whoever's ready. We'll get cracking in the new year." Interesting, because Anthony Joshua has been under scrutiny for avoiding fights that really matter and fights that could build or diminish legacy. Everyone knows that his career is attached to Deontay Wilder due to they both being of the same era. And with Joshua's record of 24-3 with 22 KOs, Wilder's record of 43-2 with 1 draw and 42 KOs, they are from the same era, and they are heavyweights that should have come together at least a couple of times by now, if not only once. So, both being now former champions, and Joshua being a former 2-time champion, it's looking like he is really trying to find a space to exist without risking anything. But that's just the thing about the heavyweight division. There's always a risk. You're one punch away from losing or winning. The fights with Andy Ruiz Jr. and Alexander Usyk are examples of this. Joshua took on, in both instances, men who were smaller in stature, physically, and less notoriety. And he lost to both men for far less than he could have put on the line against his contemporary, former champion Deontay Wilder. He has always talked tough, always talked as if he's really wanted to make the most out of the sport, but he has yet to do it in the ring. Even with the fight against Usyk, the rematch that he fought, going right in without working on anything to build or rebuild his brand and his abilities, Joshua ran into problems. And that's only his fault. He is the one that has criticized America and its trainers and its fighters, but he hasn't gotten better. In the meantime, the division is passing him by. Now, Deontay Wilder, who has scored successions of knockouts and has a crowd-pleasing style, he was always a fighter that Joshua and Joshua's people wanted to avoid due to the reputed right-hand power that Deontay possessed. But Anthony should have taken the fight. He should take the fight now, because win, lose, or draw, people will remember you for getting in the ring against the best and competing, not skirting around the obvious, not avoiding and ducking and running. They've already aged out Luis King Kong Ortiz, who was going to be a very good test for not only AJ, but ended up being a tremendous test for Wilder as well. And Wilder fought him twice when he didn't have to, voluntarily. AJ's people signed King Kong Ortiz to hang him out to dry. But now he says that he wants to come back in 2023 and take on all comers. Well, it looks right now like he doesn't have his training camp together. Who's going to train Joshua going forward? It's a conundrum. He says he's willing to face any of the fighters out there. He says, I like to see my name constantly mentioned amongst other fighters. The opportunities are always there for me. There are big opportunities to fight. I'll fight whoever's ready. I'm ready, and we'll get cracking in the new year. I want to be consistent, to be fit, to fight, and everything that comes off of that. I'm dying for the world championship 100%. That's all my heart and soul is leading towards. Listen, Joshua talks and talks and talks, but when does he do? We saw him at the age of 27 back in 2016 win a title from Prince Charles Martin, who was a young champion who hadn't earned the championship through the value of facing champions. It was a vacated title. And Joshua at that time, a prospect, was able to defeat Martin and became a champion at the age of 27 years old, unproven and untested. Well, now he's been put through the ringer. He's had tests, he's had setbacks, and there looms another fighter out there who's a champion, Tyson Fury. Will he be able to one day face Fury? Who knows? A fellow countryman, Fury has a couple of victories over Deontay Wilder, but that's the only man who's defeated Wilder. But these two men that are pictured here, their careers and paths need to cross in the ring. Anthony Joshua doesn't do enough to bring a brand name to the sport when he devalues what's important. If you do not want to face someone out of fear, maybe this is not the job for you. I'm not calling him afraid, but I am looking at the moves he has made. He doesn't appear to be one who wants to take on that challenge. Kudos to Tyson Fury for getting in there with Wilder 3 times, even though the second and third time around he didn't want to do it because he understood the risk. But Anthony Joshua wants the people to look at him and to admire him. I think he was given too much too soon. And the fact that they didn't put the proper people around him to help develop the talent that was there. Now, the ego, which was sorely out front, can't match up with the talent. And he is definitely not a man of accountability, because if he wanted to really kickstart his career, he would chuck the attitude that he has and look at what's really wrong. Therefore, looking in the mirror that was filled with smoke and seeing things for what they really are. He needs to get better, but at this point, he is not going to. What do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content like this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think about Joshua and his smoke and mirrors? Can he get better? Will he get better? Will he live up to his words of looking to face the best out there in 2023? That's all I have for you at this time. Peace to everyone, and everyone, please remain safe.